Imagine a child, full of energy, who instead of playing happily begins to act out in a defiant manner. They shout, stomp their feet, break toys, or isolate themselves in a corner. What would you do? You might think they are simply testing limits, trying to get attention, or even being disobedient. But what if, behind this behavior, there was a true storm of emotions they didn't know how to express? In today's video, we're going to understand that when a child behaves in a difficult way, they are often asking for help to express their pain. Our mission is to look beyond the surface, to discover what lies behind those little actions, and more importantly, how we can act. The reality is that many children do not have the ability to articulate their emotions in the same way that adults do. They face intense feelings of sadness, anger, frustration, and anxiety, and without the right words to describe what they feel, they resort to what they know: challenging behaviors. Think of this as a language without words, where actions speak louder. Every scream, every cry, or every tantrum may be an expression of internal pain that needs to be understood and validated. These are signs that the child feels lost and needs someone to guide and support them. Let's reflect on stories that illustrate these challenges. Remember Lucas, an 8-year-old boy who had difficulties at school. He often appeared restless, interrupted lessons, and in some situations, even became aggressive towards his classmates. Instead of seeing only his disobedience, the teacher decided to delve deeper into his story. Talking with Lucas, she discovered that his parents were facing serious financial difficulties, and he felt guilty about it. For Lucas, school was a place of stress and anxiety. When the teacher validated his feelings and offered a safe space for him to talk about his concerns, Lucas began to open up. From that dialogue, not only did his behavior in the classroom improve, but his self-esteem and confidence were also restored. We must remember that a child's reactions often reflect their emotional context. Picture your friend's daughter, a 5-year-old girl named Anna, who began to cry uncontrollably every time her mother left the house. At first, her mother thought it was just a desire for attention, but upon further investigation, she realized that Anna was dealing with grief over the loss of a beloved grandfather. The pain of losing someone close was something that Anna couldn't fully understand. When her mother started to talk about her grandfather, encouraging Anna to express her feelings through drawings and conversations, the girl began to feel more comfortable sharing her pain. Thus, what was once viewed as a simple tantrum became an opportunity for healing. Now, as adults, we need to learn to look at challenging situations from a new perspective, always seeking empathy. When a child acts out, what can we do to understand their behavior? Empathy is a powerful tool that can transform the dynamic between adults and children. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, ask yourself, what is this child trying to tell me with their actions? It's also important to remember that children are constantly learning to regulate their emotions. If we can't help them understand what they are feeling, how can we expect them to cope with these feelings on their own in the future? This is where our role as guides comes in. A simple gesture, like squatting to be at their eye level and looking into their eyes, can make all the difference. By doing this, we are showing that we are present, ready to listen and understand. This allows them to feel more secure to express what they truly feel. Furthermore, there are many ways to help children express themselves. We can use games, art, or even playful activities that encourage communication. How about suggesting that the child draw how they feel? Sometimes a pencil can be more powerful than 1,000 words. Creating an emotion journal can be an interesting way to help children familiarize themselves with their own emotions and learn to express them in a way that is not destructive. And remember, validating emotions does not mean giving in to every whim. It means acknowledging what is happening within them and offering the necessary support for them to feel secure. Building relationships based on trust is crucial in this process. When a child feels they can trust an adult, they are much more likely to open up and share what they are going through. This is not an easy task and requires patience, but every small step counts. Imagine the positive impact this can have on a child's life. The more they feel heard and understood, the more they learn to cope with their emotions healthily. Now let's challenge your perceptions a bit. What if we said that tantrums and difficult behaviors are not merely problems to be fixed, but rather opportunities to teach emotional resilience? By helping a child understand that their feelings are valid, we are also showing them that it is normal to feel sadness, anger, and frustration. We are preparing fertile ground for their emotional development, where they will learn to be more aware of their own emotions and the emotions of others. By approaching challenging behaviors with compassion, we also contribute to the formation of a more empathetic society. Children who grow up knowing that their emotions are valid and that they can rely on adults for support tend to become emotionally healthier adults, capable of dealing with their own difficulties and sensitive to the needs of others. This is the true essence of empathy, understanding that everyone is fighting their own battles. As we wrap up our video, I want you to take this message with you. When you encounter difficult behavior in a child, ask yourself, what do they really need from me at this moment? This can completely change the dynamic between you. And if this video resonated with you, if it touched your heart and you believe that more people need to hear this message, please share it. Let's work together to promote an environment where children feel safe to express themselves, where their emotions are respected and understood. Leave your comment below, tell us how you handle these challenges, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as your interaction is crucial for spreading this message to more people. Until next time, and remember, every tear can be an opportunity for a precious dialogue that can transform lives.